cost, how much this thing is gonna cost you. We live in a monetary planet, right? And 90% of our wish, apart from the health, of course, apart from getting into shape, like yesterday, me and my wife was playing a lotto game. We do that once a quarter whenever we want. Like if we win a lottery ticket, so what will we do? For example, she started it. She started it. Okay, let's say we got. She knows my goals are so big, so it cannot be $1 million. For me, it will not be a lottery. My goals will not come. So she said, if you get $10 billion, what will you do? So I have a list to think. Then I asked her. Her list was, of course, like that. What she wanted to do things. Most are mutuals. But what I'm trying to say is that on this planet, everything is linked to money. So projects are run mostly because of money, to improve the budget, to improve the value, improve those things. So cost management plan talks about that. Cost management plan talks about how much money we need, how much things we need. That is cost management plan. Clear to everyone? So we make a cost management plan. In cost management plan, few things are defined, like who is going to finance your project. Are you going to do self-financing? You are going to take a loan, someone is funding you, you can get reimbursement, whatever is it. For example, many of my students, after doing training, they take invoice. They can use that invoice to get their cost reimbursed to them, right? Of the training. Some of them do that, right? So what they do into that. Then, which currency are you going to pay for? Which currency are you going to follow? I follow dollars. Even I was living back in Pakistan. Uh, then when I started the trainings in COVID, then I was in Dubai for a big period of time. I was in Dubai, and Dubai currency is one of the most known currency. Still, I was using dollars, right? Why? I wanted my cost management plan to be an international plan. I wanted to become an international trainer, so I wanted to use that currency. Let's say in few years, if Bitcoin becomes the international currency to be used more, or whatever, I will update it. Got it? I will update it. Or maybe I will start accepting Bitcoin in near future. You have to be. If everyone, how many of you have a Bitcoin or a part of it? Put in the chat box. Or put in the chat box if you don't like it at all. Let's see. Have classified. I'm not asking how many you have. Even if you have a 0.1%, that is okay, class that don't have nano portion, right? Interestingly, this was I bought Bitcoin when it was $18,000, and next day it lost like 33%. But whatever I buy, I never sell. So it worked out good for a long term, right? So whatever is the future, we never know. Maybe the entire blockchain gets lost. So whatever is the future, the cost plan need to reflect that. And then what your tolerance is. Like everyone has an investment strategy that they do in their life. You buy a thing, you buy maybe to hold. Like what when I buy something, I buy to hold it for life. Anything. If I buy, like I buy a watch, I don't buy it to sell. For me, watch is an investment. I do like Fatek. I wanted to buy Fatek. That is 80,000. I haven't bought it. I bought this Hublot. I bought it as investment. I bought property. I only buy property which I can rent it out. I don't buy plots. I can rent out, get a passive income, things of that. Because that is my cost plan. Now your cost plan, your organization cost plan can be different. You can be an active investor. You buy, you immediately get the profit and sell it out. Make sense? So whatever your cost plan is, your organizational plan is, the purpose of the project is, it must be matched. Clear? Clear to everyone? Who's going to finance it? What your tolerance is going to be? We need to define that tolerance. How much Your tolerance is there. We need to define that tolerance. Now, another very important thing that we love to put there is funding limit reconciliation. Funding limit reconciliation. Funding limit reconciliation mean we don't provide the money as a one go. We don't give money as a one go to our sellers. What we do, let's say you have a house that you are building that. The house is 2000 square feet and it is gonna cost you $1 million. You get a contractor, you don't pay $1 million on day one, do you? Anyone has ever paid to any contractor of house the entire money? You should not, right? You should not as a norm of the business, right? If you are building the house. What we set milestones. We set milestones. Okay, you do this, you get the payment. You do this, you get the payment. So what we do, this is called as funding limit reconciliation. I have given him the money. I check the work. After checking the work, then I give him more. Clear? Funding limit reconciliation. He won't come next day. Acha, sort of not necessary. In my life, in last 10, 12 years, 99% of the people are fair, honest. In the everywhere in the world, from Nigeria to Canada, from Pakistan, India to US, every person is fair. 99% of them, right? 1%, but interestingly, we just remember 1% bad people. One 99% are fair, honest, love their children, and want to be good. So this is very interesting thing. Okay, at least my experience. Funding limit reconciliation. Is it clear? You set a milestone, you pay them, and then you measure it, then you pay them. Okay? This is how we pay to the contractor. So it should be mentioned in your cost management that I'm gonna do it in this way. Okay. Guys, we discussed there are two type of risk. One is that you identify it, one you cannot identify. We don't know. That the one you identified is called as known unknown. I mean, you know that this risk has been identified. When exactly it will happen, we don't know 100%. So that's why it's a risk now. If we know when it is going to happen, how it is going to happen, etc., 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 it's not a risk. Then it's more of a, it's not a risk. It's more of a, what I would say, fact. It's a fact that is going to happen. And at this time, so it's a fact, right? It's a fact here, right? So we need to see unknown, unknown. Then we have unknown, unknown. Unknown, unknown is I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how it will impact. I have no idea about anything, right? I have no idea about anything. When it will happen, I have no idea. So the problem is the problem. Clear? This is something that is unknown, unknown. Unknown, unknown. You never have an idea about it. You never an idea about it, when it will happen, how it will impact, things of those nature. Unknown, unknown. Unknown, unknown. You put a money aside, you put a money aside for the risk you have identified. Everyone has one tire extra. Interestingly, I don't have. This is a very interesting story. Last year, when I buy my CRV hybrid Honda, and when I went to collect it, I'm like getting it out of the store, and the dealer, he was very good, a friend of mine. He told me, you know that na CRV does not have an extra tire. And I bought it from West Virginia. I'm going to New Jersey with 8 to 9 hours drive. And I looked at his face. What? Said, yeah, hybrid car does not come with the extra tire. And I'm looking at its face. Really, if the tire burst, what I will do? But just to give the context, it does not have, which means I don't have a contingency reserve. If a risk happen, the tire can burst. Yes or no? Anytime. It's a risk. Everyone agrees on that, na? So you should have an extra tire. That is called contingency reserve. Contingency reserve or contingency reserves are used to handle risk at any time. If I put it into that, cost baseline is cost baseline become cost of an activity plus contingency reserve. Cost of an activity plus contingency reserve. That becomes your cost baseline. How do we calculate cost of activity? We discussed 4 techniques to calculate schedule of each activity. What were the 4 techniques? Sorry guys, I have a weak memory. Put in the chat box what are the 4 activities. What are the techniques that we use to calculate? Analogous estimation, same as a past, parametric estimation, 3-point estimation, okay, bottom up estimation, all these things, right? All those things is there. All those things there. Am I clear to everybody? Analogous, parametric, 3-point estimation, all those estimations are considered there. Same we will use to calculate the cost of each activity. We calculated the cost plus contingency reserve is your cost baseline. Guys, Arzu, can I talk to you, sister? First of all, was the name correct? Or still?
Yes.
I told you it will take few days. I will get it. Okay. So, Arzu, I want to ask that how did we make activity? Yesterday we discussed activity. How did we make activities?
So when we break down WBS and
What is
get the
WBS?
smallest, it's a work breakdown structure.
Okay. So what
And
we
when we
what we did in WBS?
so in WBS, we find the largest, smallest, middle, and the largest work structure
Mhm.
of work business.
Okay. So what is how we make it? Walk me through it now. Little bit more. How did we make it? So it was
Um,
okay. That
Crashing and the fast
nah
tracking
nah
technique.
nah. That is scheduling compression technique, sister. That is scheduling compression technique. It's okay. Vishnu, how did we make activity?
Activity was the it's it was a work breakdown structure, but work packages and the
But
structures
how
of
did we reach to work package?
the work package was task and work divided into smaller manageable
Okay, smaller manageable parts. Okay,
parts.
okay. One week.
So
Yeah.
and so we defined the code of account, right? That we
Mhm.
define the
Okay,
and then we find out that that's the lowest point of
okay. Ankit,
Amer, I missed some of the class, but from
You
whatever I
know the
can.
topic. You know the topic. Even you missed the class. I know you missed the class. Explain me.
Okay, from activity, we will break it down to the work breakdown structure
Activity is the smallest unit. Okay.
is the smallest unit, and there are ways and there are techniques to calculate
I am asking how did we reach to activity? It's okay. No issue.
by breaking it down to.
Come back to me. I'll ask you again. Mohsen, Mohsen Zaman,
Yes, Amer.
how did we reach to activity?
Basically, we divide project to main activity, depend upon either discipline-wise or whatever the criteria.
Hmm.
So that main activities is called main account, main control account that we classified. And after that, we divide it to further smallest activity, which is called work package.
Mhm.
And we also define the activity, which is the which required at least 8 hour and maximum to 80 hour efforts. So that we call it as activity.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. So what happened here? We had the project scope statement. We decompose into control account. We decompose control account into planning package, and the smallest part become work package. Then we decompose a work package into activity, activity list, activity attributes, and milestone list. Right? So when I am saying cost of activity plus contingency reserve is cost of baseline, I can also say cost of work package plus contingency reserve is cost baseline, right? Or like your control accounts becomes actually work package plus contingency reserve, so that is also cost baseline. Everybody agrees to that? Okay. What is the project budget? Cost baseline is not your project budget. It's a very interesting concept. Your project budget consists of management reserves plus cost baseline. Remember those unknown risk. I don't know what can happen. So I'm going to put some money aside for that. Right? So for example, if you are going on a trip, you are going on a trip. I like, for example, my wife is planning that we should go uh, to Europe in the month of July, August. Now, let's say the cost of the Europe trip is $5,000. We identify the risk that these risks can happen. Those risks cost like $1,000. Shall I keep that much money with me for that? No. Some unknown risk. I never know. I don't know what can happen. Right? Like few risks are known. Medical insurance, you should have something like that. Uh, Travel insurance, something. Identified risk, na? Your back can break. It's a normal thing. When I come from Dubai to here, my New York, I am sure for one thing, my out of 5 bags, one bag will break. That's a known risk. Right? At JFK airport, they do beautiful things with bags. So one at least one bag's always break. Right? So what I do at the edges, I put some cushions into that. Now I'm a frequent traveler, so I know the tips and tricks here and there. I put edges on those things, so my bag may be saved. But my bags can get lost. It's an You never know. My bag never reach. You never know. This is possible, na? Unknown, or any other risk. My bag go to any other flight. It's a mistake. It happens. It happens with people. By the way, has this happened to anyone ever? So it can happen. When you are traveling, these things do happen. Ah, Osman, happened to you. Okay. Yes, happened. Airplanes have very good payment plans. That's okay. Now that is Asad how you know that. You don't know what do you have in my bag, right? If let's say my bag has this box and how much they are gonna pay me for that, they don't know what is in that box. Maybe like if like for example, some one of my student Ram who just cleared PMP yesterday, he's like me watch lover. So we used to talk about the watch a lot. I told him buy it from Dubai. You can get it without any 15% tax and the watch is like $80,000. So that 15% can cover your flight business class, that tax alone it. If you put that watch in the bag, just saying, it should not, and the bag is lost, they cannot cover for that insurance. They cannot cover $80,000, right? So always there's a risk. So there's never ending story. Always there is a risk into that. So that's why we have management risk. Unknown risk. Unknown risk. You should set something for a rainy day. Unknown risk. Okay. That is unknown risk. So project budget is cost baseline plus management reserve. Project budget is cost baseline plus management reserve. Okay. If I put it into this way, activity plus contingency reserves is equal to work package. Work package plus contingency reserve is control account, those big things. Control accounts is actually your cost baseline. Cost baseline plus management reserve, that is your project budget. Another way to put into that, or I can just put it this way, project budget is cost baseline plus management reserve, which is activity cost plus contingency reserves plus management reserve. Clear to everybody? Okay. At any time, now we have made scope baseline, we have made cost baseline, we have made schedule baseline. These three baseline combined, these three baseline combined are called as performance measurement baselines. These three baselines combined are called as performance measurement baseline. Okay, they are called as performance measurement baseline. What do I mean by performance? They check your entire performance. They check the entire performance of the project. They check the entire performance. They check the entire performance. They're combined called as performance measurement baseline. Surely. Scope baseline, we discussed in the scope topic, Vishnu. Schedule baseline, we discussed in the schedule. Now we got our cost baseline. These three baseline are combined called as performance measurement baseline. Okay? Performance measurement baseline. PMB. Three baselines. At any time, if you want to check how are you doing scope wise, schedule wise, cost wise, at any time you want to see how you are doing scope, schedule, or cost wise, right? We use analysis that is called as earned value analysis. Earned value analysis. Okay. Earned value analysis. Earned value analysis. Earned value analysis is checking how you are doing, how you are doing the project. Are you ahead of schedule, behind of schedule? How you are doing cost wise? Can you complete it in that time? Can you complete it in that time? So if I talk about schedule variance, like how I am doing schedule wise or cost variance. You see, earned value is what work you have done as of now. Earned value is what work you have done now. This is earned value analysis. It's all about how much work you have done. For example, there are fundamental stakeholder, communication, team, agile, risk, quality, procurement, scope, schedule. 10 topic we have done. So let's say each topic is $100. As of now, you should have done $1,000 work. That is our planned work, PV. That is our planned work, PV. Okay. The work that you have really done is called as earned value. So considering each topic as $100, put how many dollars you have done. How many dollars you have done. Okay, 300, 400. So that is your earned value. Said, how can you be 400 topic here? You did fundamental, 100. Stakeholder, 100. Communication, 100. Team, 100. Kishore, how it can be 20? One topic is 100. That's why I told you guys on day one, I read every single message. Right? Each topic $100. How many topics you did? Okay. Right. Ansari said right. 200, 400. This is your earned value. Planned was what is supposed to do. Earned is what you have done. Right? So EAR, my friend, earned value. EAR, earned value. So planned value is what you have done. Okay. What you were supposed to do as of planned. Earned value, what you have done. So schedule variance is earned value minus planned value. So put it on the chat box how much behind you are from the schedule or ahead of the schedule. Earned value, Pooja, don't write on my screen. Earned value minus planned value. So planned value, let's say is $1,000. Earned is 400. You are behind. How much? Minus 600. Put in the chat box minus 500. This is called behind schedule. Anyone? Osman? Kalaven, you have done all. Unmute yourself, my friend.
Yes, boss.
You have done all topics till
No,
schedule.
no, no, no.
So
I just
how your schedule is 0?
no. As per the planned value,
Planned
until we
value,
cover.
planned was 10 topics. You were supposed to do 10 topics. 10 topics,
Okay.
1,000. How many topics you
Yes.
did?
6 topics, 600.
You are
So
minus
minus 400.
400. Minus 400.
Yes. No, I
Okay.
just consider that until last we covered. That's why I
No,
just.
I'm now clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Clear.
Okay. This is called behind schedule. You know why I'm using this example? Maybe it will make you more shameful that I'm way behind my schedule. And that's why I'm using the money term here. Right, Shabaz Alam? Getting to feel that you are behind schedule. If anyone completed the same, it will be on schedule. And as yesterday Said was, if someone has done more, he will be ahead of schedule. As Ankit was, or till day 2 or day 3, he was ahead of schedule. Right? No. Okay. So what is not clear, Ankit?
No, just the working that sheet of yours, if you can just show back.
Earned value minus planned value. Okay, this is schedule variance. If it is positive, you are ahead of schedule. If it is negative, you are behind schedule. If it is 0, you are on schedule. Similarly, cost variance is earned value minus how much you actually spent on doing this. Let's say the value of this course is $1,200. Okay. So one topic 100. So I'm gonna make it the value of the course is $1,200. So you have spent $1,200 and your earned value is 400. So that will be your cost variance. What you have spent as of now, actual cost. Earned value minus actual cost. That is your cost variance. Minus, you are over budget. Positive, you are under or within the budget. Zero, you are on budget. Okay, you are on budget. Cost variance and schedule variance. Acha, since we don't like in softwares does not has plus minus, they mostly have in points. So it becomes schedule performance index and cost performance index. Earned value divided by planned value. Earned value divided by actual cost. Greater than 1, good thing, ahead of schedule. Less than 1, bad thing, behind schedule. Equal to 1, on it. Similarly, cost. Okay? Clear to everybody?
Can you please repeat SPI, CPI?
SPI is same as schedule variance. Instead of minus, now we are using Puja division. Earned value divided by planned value. And cost performance is earned value divided by actual cost. So let's say you have done 2 topics and you are supposed to do 10 topic. You are 0.2, you are behind schedule. If you have done complete, you will be on schedule. And if you have done more, you will be ahead of schedule. Clear? Pooja?
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Acha. Your cost baseline, that is the total work. Cost baseline or total work is known as BAC, budget at completion. This is your complete cost. That initially we make a budget, like whenever we start the work, we make the budget for the project. Yes or no? At start of the project, we make the budget for the project. Yes or no? So when you make the budget for the project, when you make the budget for the project, right? When you make the budget for the project, how many time you stayed on your budget? Your budget changes. Your budget changes, right? Your budget changes. Yes or no? Your budget changes. When your budget changes, we get a new budget. When your budget changes, we get a new budget. And that new budget is called as estimate at completion. Your new budget is called as estimate at completion. Estimate at completion. The estimate at completion is EAC is your new budget. Because your BAC, your budget at completion is not relevant anymore. How do I actually know? Now that's a very interesting advanced question, but I want to ask it here. Farhan Raza, how do I know that my budget is not relevant anymore? How do I know that?
If I'm spending more in order to achieve the
How
promise
do
that I
I
made.
know? Sir, how do I know?
Um, so in other words, that would be if my earned value or my actual cost at that point is more
Or
than
your CPI, your cost performance index, if it is less than 1,
if it
you
is
are
less than 1, yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Or it is no, not schedule, Numan Salim. CPI. If your CPI is less
Cost.
than 1, you are over budget. It is greater than 1, you are behind budget. So anyway, if you are over budget or under budget, both cases you are not on cost. Make sense? It is possible very few times that initially we set a very high budget, but that is not relevant, right? For example, this actually happened with me. When I went to uh, Saudi and like let's say Saudi, in December I went to Saudi Arabia. I made a budget for the entire trip. But what happened? My student came. I have a lot of students in Saudi. He came to pick me from Saudi. We had lunch. He paid for lunch. Then we had dinner with one of my student. He paid for dinner. I tried very hard, but he paid it. Then when I wanted to go next day someplace, my student picked it. For all 3 days, I did not. I my breakfast was included in the hotel. The lunch and dinner, one student other paid. And then we had a get together, which I arranged, and I want at a Tim Horton, because many of the students have boycotted the Starbucks. So we did Tim Horton, although I love Starbucks. So one of the student, uh, like he knew the manager, said, no, I'm gonna pay. The manager did not accepted my card. So I became within, and being a teacher, that is always a benefit. You get these things. Then uh, many things other happen. When I went to Makkah, to Medina, my student picked, like everywhere where I went, my students picked and dropped. Different students, not one. Right? This is a beauty of Saudi Arabia. So I was within like less budget. If I planned like $5,000, my entire trip was 3.5. Just giving an example, right? These things happen, and this was not planned. I did not, I never expected anyone to do, and I did not ask anyone, but they forced. Even one of my student, he said, like, he wanted to pick me, he got angry with me. Sir, you did not let me pick you. People are good. I told you 99% of the people are good, right? So this happened. Yeah, positive opportunity. Yes, good one, Asdari. I like it. Positive opportunity. So here my CPI was more than 1. Got it? CPI was more than 1. Anyway, when your budget changes, you get a new budget that is called estimate at completion. How do we calculate it? Budget at completion, what your original budget was, divided by CPI. Farhan, this is important. CPI. Okay? Estimate at completion, we can also calculate it, how much money you have spent as of now, plus making new estimate. How much more money you need. Actual cost plus estimate to completion. Okay? Clear to everybody? Very easy formulas. It's just like 1 plus 1, 1 plus, things like that. They are not difficult, right? BAC is your cost baseline, Usman sir. Cost baseline is your base BAC. Budget at completion. We discussed that, na? Cost baseline. G. So this is estimate. Anyone has any questions so far?
Amir, what was the second way to calculate EAC?
How much money you have spent so far? How much money you have spent so far? That is actual cost, that the money you have actually spent, plus estimate to completion. How much more money you need? How much more money you need? Estimate to completion.
Thank you.
Okay. G. Second formula. Said, is it clear to you now? G, Asad sir?
Sir, sorry, this is not related to very much to this topic, but I just wanted to ask, for example, all these plans and registers and all these documents that we use throughout the project, is there a glossary of these items where we can refer? Because today, this morning, I sent one question to Hassan Bhai related to
Ajay, Hassan,
uh,
okay.
related to risk register repository, something like that, and he said that there's no such document.
Here,
So,
here. You asked the question, now let me answer. 18 plans, 33 document. I'll give you this article. Everybody. Things comes at its time. I was supposed to give after 30 minutes, but you asked it. This is all the plans. All 18 plans. Okay.
very well, this will be very helpful.
Okay. This I will give you. Everything. Don't worry. Okay. So, yeah, sure. Can you please show the CPI blackboard again? Sure. So, cost performance index is earned value divided by actual cost. This is SPI, earned value. Okay. So if I put all the formula here for you guys, schedule variance is earned value minus planned value. Similarly, schedule performance index is earned value divided by planned. Cost variance is earned value minus actual cost. Cost performance index is earned value divided by actual cost. BAC is basically cost baseline. EAC is BAC divided by CPI. This is the formula used. As a general, I was telling actual cost plus new estimates. This is not used. This is used, but just giving you that. Okay. This giving you an idea into that way, right? These are all the formulas we discussed. Now there is one more formula that is called TCPI, to complete performance remain. It actually is the formula that senior management can ask you. They don't care your status of the work. The senior management, they are like, they care, will we be able to complete the work in the money or not? That's it, right? They don't care about nitty-gritty day-to-day things. They care about the big things, right? So one of the thing is this, right? One of the thing is this, TCPI, to complete performance index. To complete performance index. Can we complete the work in the money we have? That is the bottom line question here. Can we complete the work we have? To complete performance index, TCPI, to complete performance index. Can we complete the work in the money we have? Okay. Total work is budget at completion, and work we have done is earned value. Total money and work both is PCI, is actual cost. By the way, I haven't asked. Hamza? Hamza, are you with me?
Yes.
If TCPI is a greater than 1, is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Is greater than 1?
Ji sir. If TCPI is greater than 1, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
It should be a bad thing.
Why?
Because we have more work remaining than the funds
Beautiful.
we have.
Beautiful. Thank you, Hamza. We have more work and less money. It's a bad thing. TCPI is opposite of CPI. CPI is greater than 1 is a good thing. Here, it is less than 1 is a good thing. To complete performance index. Asad Ali, you have more work and less money. How it is a good thing? Okay. Let's do one exercise. You are making a wall. Your task is to complete a wall. Each wall is $1,000 and you have 4 days to complete the wall. Each wall is $1,000. You have to complete 4 days to do the wall. Today, day 3 ended. Day 3 just ended. Yes, Said, it is inverse of CPI. And you have completed 2.5 of wall. And you have spent $2,800 as of now. Calculate SV, SPI, CV, CPI, EAC, BAC, TCPI. All of them calculate. If anyone is not clear about the question, I'll repeat. You are completing a wall. It's 4 walls. Each wall is completed in 1 day. Each wall is $1,000. Day 3 just ended and you have completed 2.5 of the wall. Means 2 walls completed, the third wall. Like let's say if I talk about completed, I can say this, I completed this, I completed this, and this is half. Okay. And I have spent $2,800 on it. Calculate all the parameters. You have 2 minutes. Send answers directly to me, Azim, please. Not in the public. Your So when we solve the question, as I said, each wall is 1000. So budget at completion will be the entire cost baseline. 1000 plus 1000 plus 1000 plus 1000, $4,000 is budget at completion. Since day three ended, which means planned work is 3000. I said 2.5 completed. So earned value is 2500. Actual cost, I already gave you 2800, right? I know schedule variance is earned value minus planned value. Cost variance is earned value minus actual cost. And EAC will be budget at completion divided by CPI. So you can calculate all those things easily, right? TCPI will be budget at completion minus earned value, right? Divided by budget at completion minus actual cost. So if I calculate, let's say this one, $4,000 minus 2500 divided by $4,000 minus 2800. It becomes greater than 1. Just to give you a context, right? To solve this question also under the scenarios, you will not get a question in the exam much from this thing. More of the exam will just ask you in a question SPI greater than 1 or CPI greater than 1. But my job is to make sure that you understand these things. Clear to everyone? Okay, let's have a 5-minute break. Then, yes, Aisha.
Hi, I was difficult to understand the planned value. Planned value is the third day, and the total cost from 1 to 3.
Hmm.
It is like that. So it will be planned value, EV by PV.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, the cost is the total cost of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Aisha, how many topics you completed? I asked you yesterday.
I have completed the agile stakeholder and fundamental and the communication. I have one more RCA to be done. That also complete.
You need to speed up. You are among the first few students who joined this batch. You know that,
Yeah,
right?
I'll do.
You know I don't forget anything. You have
Yeah, I know.
you have been in
I,
connection with me from long time. You know that, sister, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Osman, maths will not come that much in the exam, and don't worry about it. Okay. And the value is what work you did, Ankit. What work you did is like we have completed. There are 4 walls. Out of 4 walls, I have completed 2.5 walls. So that is earned value. Okay, that is earned value. A TCPI is budget at completion minus earned value divided by budget at completion minus actual cost. So let's have a 5-minute break. Then we will combine all the plans in integration, and then we will discuss about the closing. 5 minutes break, not more than that. Okay.